I'm Frank, and this is Rasha Brown. We're the owners of Corrective Exercise, Arizona's leader in geriatric personal training. We specialize in helping seniors regain and maintain their function in residential assisted living homes and senior living facilities all across the Phoenix and Tucson metro areas. When seniors go into assisted living is that they go in ambulatory, and within 6 to 12 months, they can't walk anymore because they now have people doing things for them all the time. When they were living at home independently, it wasn't safe to be moving around on their own because they had no supervision, but they were moving around because they had to do things for themselves. Now they live in assisted living and they have a team of caregivers waiting on them hand and foot all day. And in some places, they discourage movement because of the liability issues. So the result of this is 6 months, 12 months, 18 months down the road, depending on the individual's baseline strength and mobility, results in a loss of strength, a loss of flexibility, and eventually this person can't stand or walk or do anything. And when someone is not safe to move around on their own, they need someone to come in and keep them safe while they move around, while they exercise, so they can maintain their baseline level of strength and they can continue to improve their mobility, so they can continue to thrive and have quality of life, even through their 80s and 90s in assisted living. And that's where we come in.
Being lonely, no family come to visit them, family members. Sometimes they lose their friends, especially when they move from care home to another. Losing their mobility, like Frank mentioned.
The social component.
The social component
of what we do is huge. That relationship that we build with the resident is second to none.
Yeah.
Not only are we their trainer, but we're their best friend also, because oftentimes our trainer is the only one who actually comes in and gives this individual one-on-one, undivided attention that's showing them concern and care for their well-being and asking them how they're doing and building a relationship. So yes, that's probably more important than the physical part.
Yeah.
The companionship component, the cognitive engagement, the social interaction. Humans have a need for it.
Yeah, and sometimes we're pretty much the part on their day when we come work with them, or sometimes we take them out for tours if they really can move around. Sometimes we help them with doctor appointments. It's not only the training part we do for them.
Nobody wants to work at a care home that all the residents are bed bound and wheelchair bound. It's just too stressful for the caregiver. The energy inside a care home and the health of the care home, and particularly the health of the staff of the care home that cares for these individuals, is only as healthy and as strong as the residents themselves. If you have a lively and engaged care home with lots of activities, with residents that are happy, that are strong, that are ambulatory, those are the care homes that are going to have the happiest residents, that have the fullest number of bedrooms, that have the best caregiver retention and the best reputation. And when your residents are stronger and able to walk and transfer and brush their hair and dress themselves, that is less demand on your caregivers, less risk of injury on your caregivers. The more your residents are up moving around and practicing their ability to walk, the less of a risk it is when they actually walk, the less falls you're gonna have, the less risk the care home has of liabilities of falls. When caregivers don't have to lift up the residents out of their chair when they get exhausted every day, they're at less risk of injury. You have healthier, stronger caregivers. Corrective exercise can help seniors living in residential assisted living homes through our group exercise and one-on-one exercise programs. Our group exercise we offer directly to the care home on a weekly or bi-weekly basis, or our one-on-one programs we offer to the residents independently, and we do that 2 or 3 times a week to come in and help them individually build strength, flexibility, mobility, range of motion, balance, coordination, all that fun stuff.
I had the patient when I used to work in hospital, and he was completely bedbound. It was 2 weeks he spent in the hospital, and then decided to go another rehab or another place. But he ended up to go home after I talked to his wife, we can help. That was already my way out from the hospital, and I believed the idea and the company's goal, so I recommended the business as a team member, and I had already one in my mind. He can help him. It took us a year and a half, I would say, almost a year and a half, for him could not walk at all.
He was completely care dependent to completely independent.
Yeah, like from a stroke, he had like really bad conditions, and now he walks.
He lives independently. He needs no care.
Yeah, he lives in his house with his family, his wife and his kids. Yeah.
But we've done that with a lot of people.
Some care homes now, they're so active, they can give more service, they can give more activities. They don't care if they can spend more for the resident just to keep them engagement and more entertained.
The more active a care home they're going to have, the more engaged of a care home they're going to have, the better the energy and the environment is going to be in there, and the easier it is going to be to fill rooms when they open up, because the reputation of that care home will be a place that people had a positive experience going into. I can't tell you how many times we've walked into a care home to do a demo class, and it literally smells like a UTI. No one is going to place their loved one in a facility where everybody is slumped over in a wheelchair, lying in bed, and it smells like a urinary tract infection. People want to place their loved ones in places that the residents are active and engaged and happy. And how do you do that? You keep them moving. You bring in corrective exercise to do group exercise once, twice, 3 times a week, and then you refer us to the POAs of your family members so we can come in and work with them one-on-one and keep them strong and mobile and active and engaged. Your care home can have the highest reputation, so you can have the best care home. The care homes that bring us in are the best care homes.
What I love about Tucson Corrective Exercise, in comparison to, say, the Medicare type of physical therapy or occupational therapy you get, is they actually spend their hour or so working with you. They're not getting vital signs for 15 minutes, talking to you for another 5, and then working with you for 10. You're getting worked out. By the end of a Tucson Corrective Exercise appointment, you're tired. At least my seniors are. And they don't waste time.
I am wheelchair bound, get no exercise at all if it wasn't for Frank Brown and their wonderful exercise group, has strengthened my upper body so that I have flexibility and movement, and my legs are not dead weights. I have very good exercise and flexibility. Where would I be without them?
We are not covered by insurance. We are not physical therapy. We are geriatric personal training or geriatric training. We are a private pay service, and that might seem like a drawback because you have to pay for it out of your pocket, but for someone who is willing to invest or willing to invest in their loved ones' functional strength and independence and quality of life, it's actually a benefit because there's no red tape to deal with. There's no doctor's referrals to deal with. There's just pick up the phone and call Corrective Exercise, schedule your appointments. It's that easy. There's no restrictions for hospice. There's no restrictions for anything. We deal entirely with the resident and their power of attorney or their loved one and the facility, and that's it. There's no interference. It's very cut and simple. If you need the help and are willing to do the work, we are willing to help you.